Pure Savage.
Oh, damn! It's a new song. I like this song. It's a new old. I never heard this.
Yeah, featuring Olamide.
Is it
Olamide.
new or is it new or old?
It's not that old.
Okay,
Yeah, still new.
a nice beat. I never heard this.
And Queen there with the comment. Since it's very common for her to have the best life of all time. But welcome everybody joining me right here this beautiful afternoon again. Welcome to Let's Pop with Iritan. And we're gonna be talking about Thomas Sankara's ghost. Literally about everything about Thomas Sankara. I know most of you heard about him, but today we've never talked about him on Let's Pop with Iritan. And I have the one and only Mr. Newsome. How are you doing this beautiful afternoon?
I'm good, here, Tom. How are you doing this morning?
Continue straight onto
Have,
Northwest 10th Street,
have you guys
Boulevard.
have you guys had your Mexican excursion?
Yes, we did. We did.
All
Still
right.
having it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. I'm trying
Yeah.
to I'm trying to deport all these damn Mexicans out of here. Get back to Mexico.
Oh my God, they're definitely coming to yeah for reals. But a great weekend. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're well rested. I hope you're eating your fruits. Are you?
Yeah,
That yeah was like thought about it. Did you for reals?
of course, of course, of course.
Mm, really?
Fruits and vegetables, Ayrton. Fruits
Oh,
and vegetables.
it's a mess. It's
Exactly. And it
by
ain't been only. I
force.
did have some chicken too. I was like Joby. I did have some chicken though.
Okay. No problem at all about that. But family, remember to download our app on the Google Play Store. It's super free. Also, stream on the www.Black Radio Network. If you're using the iPhone, you'll find yourself amazing apparel clothing with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it, t-shirt, beanie hats, whatever size you want. You can leave a poly or order as you pay slowly, right? And also some amazing supplements. Supplements are really important because ours are super organic and natural. And we have four different categories: the vitamins, minerals, beauty, and the naturals. So you can definitely order the one that you feel like you need. And I'm gonna let you know what you're definitely hooking you up with. Hooking up you with. Yeah. So get yourself some ashwagandha or multivitamin or beetroot. But today we're gonna be listening to the benefits of ashwagandha before we start with the conversation.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
For $23.90. I'll later share the page and how it looks like. Just click on the store section. Two tabs will appear: the BHFN Sports Store and the Blackout Fire Clothing Store. And you'll find the BHFN Sports Store is where the supplements are, and the clothing store is where the apparel clothings are. And you'll definitely feel amazing because it's Ubuntu forever, supporting each other. And because we are always educating, it's an awakening station to redefining Africans as we redefine ourselves. But let's start the conversation of the day talking about Sankara, Thomas Sankara, and the amazing things that he did for his people. And I believe a lot of people are seeing that in Ibrahim Traore. And actually, people are saying it's Sankara's ghost in Ibrahim's Traore because maybe the reincarnation is true, you
Well,
know?
I think that's reincarnation is true. Not if it is true, it is
Mm,
true. No such thing as death. No such thing as death. Whether he's him or not, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say it is or not. But usually not. Just because you it doesn't mean you're gonna be born in the same country. You're gonna be African, but you feel me? You're gonna be born in as you come back to me, you're gonna be born in Burkina Faso again. Um,
Mm.
Thomas Concord could be South African right now, or in Brazil, or in America, or in Kenya. Who knows? We wouldn't know.
All
So
right. Mm.
yeah. So I'm just saying. Um,
Turn left, then you will arrive at
um,
your destination.
it's just a set. See, as you try to clean up Africa and understanding that people don't never want Africa to be cleaned up because it's the wealth of the planet. Thomas Accord was one of the first African leaders,
In 1,000
and of
feet,
course,
make a
in a
U-turn.
coup that wasn't corrupt, and said, "Hey, we have to clean up Africa, and we got to make Africa work for us."
Yeah.
And since he did it so boldly, he said, "I'm not going to be corrupt. I'm not going to take uh, uh, big cars and all sorts of nonsense. We're gonna make the country the best it can be." It always threatens the white power. So
Right.
as he started to change things, they wanted to, of course, unalive him.
Mm.
And as he started putting, he's the one named the country. So it was Thomas Sankara, the reason why Burkina Faso is named that, because that means the land of upright people,
Yeah.
uh, or, or, or upright men, or something like that. Because the name of the country was called Upper
Yeah.
Volta, because it just told these borders are fake. Because the part between part between Ghana and Burkina Faso, it was called the part in Ghana was called Lower Volta, and the
Yeah.
part in Burkina Faso was called Upper Volta. So he wanted to change that name because it sounded too generic to something that was more magnificent. Called it the land of upright men.
Mm.
So um, he started to start proving that through his actions, and sadly, as African people, you Africans have been put in poverty, guys. So you got to be careful with the friends around you, because in Africa, everybody wants to be rich and get shy and without
Yeah.
earning shit. So I want to be the big head Negro. I want to be in charge and get the money, because they know only through the government where Africans were getting money, because they never built any businesses. So his best friend was the one who had him assassinated for the
Wow.
French, because he was trying to change too much stuff. So
Mm.
that's what happened. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead,
And
John.
all right, thank you for that. And it's amazing that the fact that he wanted Burkina Faso to really be like the greatest of all time, he even changed or well, actually amended that two ministers should share one car, right? And until they talked about it, and every minister used to have like their own car, and also he didn't want any control from the white people or any foreigners or any aid at all. But they're going to be listening to that
Exactly.
um, yeah, which is beautiful and amazing. We're going to be listening to that conversation or documentary to basically know more about Sankara and also a little bit of PLO Lumumba talking about the fact that we should have one chord as Africa, one network as Africans, because we should definitely do that. The nature should go back to its natural state. Africa should go back to how it was before the colonizers invaded Africa. But let's listen in to Thomas Sankara's documentary and the amazing things that he did for Burkina Faso and how why people are literally comparing him to the Ibrahim Traore right now. Sorry about that, guys. Just a minute.
Why the new president of Burkina Faso is compared to Thomas Sankara. 38 years ago, Burkina Faso was led by Thomas Sankara, an exceptional and revolutionary leader who shook the region's national security imperatives and challenged Paris' role and control. Known as Africa's Che Guevara, Sankara was an icon to many Africans because of his revolutionary programs for African self reliance. A true pan Africanist, his foreign policies were anti imperialist, refusing funding from organizations such as the International Monetary Fund.
I believe the fact that it could have been done or it was done. I believe that I don't know if it's the cry of the people. I don't know how to put it. It's literally happening again because it's possible, and that's why we can see Ibrahim Toure doing it because it had happened before.
Unfortunately, Sankara was assassinated by forces led by Blaise Compaoré, a former friend of his. It is now 38 years later, and Burkina Faso is once again governed by a young military leader, Ibrahim Traoré. Through his acts and remarks after taking office in 2022, Ibrahim Traoré appears to be mirroring Thomas Sankara's regional politics and geopolitics. People can't help but compare the two presidents because they appear to have certain similarities. But can Ibrahim Traoré truly be compared to Thomas Sankara?
Hmm.
Let's take a look. Thomas Sankara took power at the age of 33 in 1980.
Ibrahim Traore is 35, right? Listen, Newsom? He's 35 years old.
He's 36 now. He took power when he was 34, so now he's 36.
Okay.
Following a coup organized by Blaise Compaoré and a few other junior military officers to depose then President Major Dr. Jean-Baptiste Ouedraogo. Sankara was arrested at the time by the Burkina Faso regime for his anti-imperialist attitude and advocacy for more progressive reforms in the country.
He's arrested because he didn't want the white people to control Africa. Make it make sense. That's how Africa's been controlled for so long. He was arrested because he didn't want white people to control the wealth of the country. So he want Africans to have their own country. Oh, how dare you, nigga?
Kindly explain more who arrested him.
Well, it was the government that arrested the government at that time because he was just in the military. He was part of the army. So they arrested his ass.
Is it the same thing that is happening to Ibrahim Traore? Like he's still a
Of,
part of the army?
of course, he's part of the army. That's why that's how you do a coup. Usually come from the army itself. So
Mm,
the army um um the army irritation usually overthrows the government. So uh but usually usually the white people use the army to overthrow the government, and it's usually a bad government, right? But this was
yeah.
a real revolution with Thomas Sankara and even Torre, where's the will of the people that actually want to do good. And so that's
Mm,
why they killed Thomas Sankara, because he was doing good and he didn't want what white people stealing all the money out the country. See, white people are only rich here, Tom, because of the theft of Africa. They've
that's
always
true.
been poor.
Mm,
We go ahead.
okay.
Aged the military regime's younger officers, and his imprisonment provided enough impetus for his friend Blaise Compaoré to conduct another coup that brought him to power. Ibrahim Traoré, like Thomas Sankara, also rose to power in a military coup at the age of 34, making him the world's youngest president. Ibrahim Traoré and other military officers organized the coup in 2022 because they were unsatisfied with the junta's leader, Paul Henry Sandaogo Damiba, and his inability to quell the Islamist insurgency. Prior to this, Traoré was part of the group of army officers who had supported the January.
I believe there are leaders in Africa, let me say Africa, better fragmented countries. Yeah, those leaders, I believe there's someone somewhere who would definitely want to change and take that position. And I believe there should be somebody. There should be somebody. We can't say like there's nobody who wants to bring change, literally like a true Pan Africanist. There's a true Pan Africanist somewhere who should have the audacity to basically step up. Maybe if it's in Nigeria, if it's in Uganda, if it's in Tanzania, because it can't be the same leaders that we have, and
But look,
nothing has
there's a
happened.
system. There's a system here, Tom,
Right.
to make sure that you don't get good leaders. Okay, the Europeans set up systems here, Tom, to make sure that they would keep power when they supposedly left. So they set up a system of puppets who would still do their bidding in their absence. So it looks like you got African leaders, right? But you
Yeah.
really don't. They're just installed there by the Europeans. That's why you have CIA agents running around Africa to make sure that these puppets get. Why do you think these leaders been like I'm 70, been there for 50 years and all this crazy shit? And the other one in Leslie's country, Paul Bear, they've been there
Mm.
50 years. The other moron down in Equatorial Guinea, 45. All these because they're installed and kept there by white people. Because when white people lose Africa, Airtime, they lose their wealth.
That
And
is true.
so that's why they taught you that that you would poor be on this fake education. They want to get this fake education.
Oh, truckers? No?
January
Okay.
2022 Burkina Faso coup d'etat, bringing Paul Henry Sandaogo Damiba into power. According to Traore, he and other officers tried to persuade Damiba to refocus on the uprising, but that he eventually chose to remove him because his ambitions were diverting away from what they set out to do. Following the coup, Traore announced himself the new leader of the patriotic movement for safeguard and restoration, and on October 6, he was appointed interim president as head of state, supreme head of the armed forces. Apart from taking power through a military coup, both Thomas Sankara and Ibrahim Traore were competent and exceptional military leaders. Sankara joined the military at the age of 19, and a year later was deployed to Madagascar for officer training at Ansareb, where he witnessed public uprisings against the government of Philibert Tsiranana.
Before we moved on, I reported this last Friday where Ekuru Okot, I believe he's one of the leaders in Turkana, I believe that right now is the Kenya. This is what he said: Kenya would not need U.S. aid if government could punish thieves of public money. So this is what he said.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. There's no accountability in Africa. They've been
yeah.
allowed to steal because the white people put up these systems
Mm,
that they'll get majority of the money, but they'll still give you puppets and MPs. That's why the governments in Africa are the ones that make all the money. They haven't built any industries, they haven't built any companies, but they're the ones with the money. It's corrupt because government officials are not supposed to be the wealth of your country. It's supposed to be
mm,
your business leaders, ones who have created businesses in the country, not politicians. Right? So country.
right.
But in Africa, these Negroes have built no businesses. That's why the political class are the ones with the money because they're stealing the wealth out the country,
That's so
and then
sad.
they funnel the majority up to the Europeans who what put them in power. That's why
Mm,
I think all this heinous shit keeps happening in Africa with the VACCINEs and no one stops it and no one has
right.
any independent thought because they're all controlled by the Europeans.
Right, and also the fact that a lot of leaders right now, I believe they are healing their childhood trauma. We can because you cannot literally figure that out. The fact that they see money, they lose their minds, they lose their
Exactly.
hands, and
Exactly.
I
They use
yeah,
they lose their shit every time.
I have a conversation with Paul. I believe he's gonna come on the show, the Cameroonian organizer of
Yeah.
the what do you
Cool.
call it?
The award show they have
Yeah,
award
and
award show and gala.
yes. And he was telling me about the fact that as Africans, that's what that's why we lose it. We lose it. We lose our senses regarding the white people, the Chinese. They know if you show Africans money,
Yeah.
they sell your land. They sell their land. They'll sell their friends, literally.
Exactly. They'll kill their friends. What happened to Thomas Sankara? They'll kill
Yeah.
their friends and their childhood friends
Those
every
friends.
time.
Yeah. He mentioned that I thought about him like it's so true. The fact that someone has never seen this amount of money, and also they don't know about the African history that we're the wealthiest of all
Nope.
time.
They don't know nothing. Exactly. Because they're born exactly right here, Todd. You're born in ignorance. They're
Yeah,
raised in the same system you were. They don't know anything. They don't know
yeah.
anything about their history. There's a lot of money and I want it.
And the real wealth, I remember this is what you said, the real wealth is the minerals that we have. It's not the paper
Nope.
money.
No,
It's because
paper money is fake, but they don't know paper money is fake, but they don't know that.
they print these things for us, and it's not bad, and it's like it's so true. You would show someone and they'll give you cash, talk about just 1 million in cash, and you forget the fact that there are people looking up to you, literally, but you've sold your people already because of 1 million Kenyan shilling. That doesn't even mean anything, and that's where we lose it, honestly. And the fact that the foreigners, the European, the British, call them Italians, they know this about Africans, and that's why they're literally everywhere in Africa because
So,
they know
do
words.
this for me, Airtime. Yeah, because the real wealth is in Africa. I want you open another tab real quick. Open another tab on YouTube and
Mm.
say, Queen Elizabeth walks through her gold reserves. Say, Queen Elizabeth walks through her gold reserves. Now, remember, England has no gold mines. So where do you think the gold is coming from?
Her
Say,
goal?
her gold. Yeah, say Queen Elizabeth walks through her gold reserves.
Okay.
Since there's no gold mines in England and Europe, where do you think that gold came from? Here time.
Mhm. Africa, of course.
How about that? That's the real wealth of the world. Exactly.
Okay. Oh, this is the real.
Checking out real gold at the Bank of England, monitoring the gold
Yeah.
price.
See, that's the wealth of the world, Eriton. See all that gold we think that came from? Didn't come from Europe. We think all that
No,
wealth came. We think all that wealth came from Eriton.
from my land, of
How
course.
about that? How about that? But you're poor and they're rich. How about that, Eriton? How about that?
Look at that.
Yeah,
While
look at it,
investors were
Eriton.
monitoring the gold price after the Fed
All
announced
white,
it would pump more money into the system this
all
week,
white
here
people.
in the UK, Queen
Because
Elizabeth was
see,
checking
because
out
that
real
paper is
gold.
backed by that paper is backed by that real gold there, Eriton. So they go. So none of that is in Europe here, Todd. None of that came out of Europe. None of that shit right there. None of it.
Africans, we need to have
Yes.
some pride in ourselves. Stop
Yes. How about that?
shipping other races. That you should stop that.
How
The
about
fact that
that?
about your African history, your mindset will change. Your African
Look at it.
change.
Look at all that goddamn gold up in there. There's not one gold mine in England.
Oh
That's
my
still,
God.
oh, that's
People
still in their gun.
should research, relearn. It's important. It's
Yeah.
really
How about
important.
that?
The way I walk nowadays is so different. I had confidence on another
You
level.
should.
I'm
You
telling you.
should. Yeah.
Like I'm walking in whatever mall, all races will look at me because the way I
Yeah.
walk, I'm like, yeah, this is I own this.
Yeah, yeah. When you claim back your African pride, good for
Yeah,
you, Irritai.
I'm telling you.
See all that stolen shit up in there? Look at all that. Look at all
Race.
that shit. Look at all that shit right there.
Yeah, I don't look at you like, oh my god, the white person. I don't do that. I don't even look at you.
You're,
I'm
you're, not, you're not supposed to in
yeah.
Africa.
You expect? I don't know. I'm not gonna do that because I know who I am. I know who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
At
that
the
gold
Bank
up
of
in
England.
all that gold up there is yours and stolen.
my land,
So your
my
shit.
my
Yep.
land. The one I was born from and into.
Yeah. When they say
Queen and the
Africans are
Duke of
poor, it's a
Edinburgh saw
lie.
It's a lie.
There's- even though she's dead, you have Africans worship this rotten man, this rotten bitch right here. You have Africans worship this rotten evil bitch. This
Okay.
rotten evil bitch who would steal it, who's been stealing from African people. This rotten bitch, this rotten
Mm.
evil bitch here.
Africans, we should rise up. There's no, it's time. We should rise up, literally, because we're talking about this in the morning. There's so many things which are hidden from us right now, even now, happening in Kenya. Literally, a lot of deals, a lot of, because we have leaders who are so hungry for wealth, fake wealth, literally, instead of redefining Africa to its natural source and unity, and also tribalism is the enemy. But it's for the old folks. Thank God this generation is not tribal. We are tribal, like we are all in it, we're together, but we're not tribalistic, literally.
63,000 gold bars during a tour of a vault at the bank. The bars were stacked in 8 rows. Each 4-ton stack is 4 shelves high, and
You know,
each
it's
bar
stolen wealth
weighs
out of Africa.
29
That's just
pounds.
crazy.
And we want our own efforts.
Say, pull up.
The vault is one of 9 in which the bank stores $323 billion worth of gold. Now, not all of the gold, though, belongs to Her Majesty's government. The Bank of England only owes 310 tons. That's just about $16.8 billion.
Look at that.
The Bank of England, that's the Rothschilds.
That is sad, honestly. We should reclaim, we have to. We don't have a
It's
choice.
just, it's the same. I just showed you England. It's the same in France. It's the same in Germany. It's the same in Denmark. The Netherlands is the same. So
It's the same
uh, this,
everywhere. We had this conversation
yeah.
also on that day that we told you. And it's amazing because Paul, Jean, all talking about, or they were saying the fact that you learn about this, like everything that has been done to us, everything that has been stolen away from us, you're not going to sit and just settle. It's going
No,
to, yeah,
you're right. You're not gonna settle because you're not supposed to be poor here, Tom.
yeah.
They've stolen the wealth from you. They didn't
Mhm.
come to all that bullshit they got in your history. We came to teach you and we came to help you. Yeah, help me out of my shit.
No, but like it's not gonna sit right by you. Like if you're not talking about it, the fact that you start opening that portal, or the universe takes you when you're ready to learn about who you were before colonization, because that's not taught in school. It's not taught in school. Everything is taught after colonization.
Exactly,
That's
of
why really
course,
this,
because they're gonna be taught that you're. I'm not gonna teach you that you were rich, and I came here to steal your shit every time.
and that's why this taught me. I was like, all those years I've been learning about what the hell, who would do that to me? On it, it's so hurt. It's so hurtful. Like no one taught me about the Moors. No one taught me about the beautiful empires we built. Nobody taught me that. I was taught
No,
about the person
what?
who invented
Uh, uh,
Lake Victoria. Why? Oh, I know
Why
that.
would I,
I'm
why would I teach you? Why would I teach you that, Erica? If I'm trying to still control and own everything about you, why would I teach you anything about you? Why? I'm gonna teach you that you were poor, fucked up, backward, stupid, and everything else.
mm, we have Natalie Yam. Hopefully, Keith, I might get this lady on this show. Really, Paul might try to get her on the show, and she's giving us a bit of what is gonna happen in Kenya in the year 2026. Macron is literally coming to Kenya to do the same thing that he's been doing in Ghana, now doing in Tanzania, literally using her ambassador or his ambassador. Sorry, Macron is a guy. Yeah, using his ambassador to like literally try to fit in and do whatever they do to get the love of the people, and then they shoot. Let's listen into Natalie Tambe always talking about the agenda of Macron, and she's actually the closest enemy of Macron, and she shares that on her podcast. The fact that she was taken away, almost like abducted, I can say in quotes, because she's been talking more about the agenda of Macron.
What about
She's been,
Macron? Who's this
yeah,
candidate? Who's this? Oh,
her name is Natalie Yam.
okay,
She's not at the conference. She'll come on the conference. She's one of the
okay,
speakers. Yeah.
okay.
Yump.
We
My name is Natalie Yump. We've had plenty of news worth commenting during these last few days, and I'm choosing to talk about genocides, 4 of them specifically. Strange coincidence. On May 28, 2021, as Macron landed in Rwanda for the second visit of a French head of state after the breakup of the diplomatic relations in 2006 and their resuming in 2009, Germany recognized having perpetrated a genocide in Namibia. Yet, if the circumstances are similar, the attitudes of the two European states couldn't be more different. But let's have a look back at history, as they never teach us these things in school. In
Same
1884,
way every
before the
time I
Berlin
say it.
Conference I
They
talked
never
about in
teach
my
you none of this
last
shit. Every
Yeah,
time I say they never teach you none of the real history. And it's because because your schools were set up by the Europeans. They're not
yeah.
gonna tell the truth about them.
We should scrape out that educational. They should scrape it off, scrape it down, honestly, because it's all lies. It's all
It's,
lies.
yes, it's all lies.
video, Germany possessed four territories in Africa: Togoland, East Africa, Cameroon, and Southwest Africa, the current Namibia, where different tribes were living, among them the Herero and the Nama. For 20 years, the German colonists mistreated the locals and plundered their lands and cattle until the latter, exasperated,
And they still
decided
own.
to
And
rebel.
hold on, Airtime. And the Germans still own most of the land in Namibia today. Today, the white people in
Right,
Namibia still own majority of Namibia
right.
today. Airtime. Today.
Wow. In
Yeah,
Germany, Germans, Germans.
The German white people are the majority landowners in Namibia today. Airtime.
That's not
They own
right.
the, yeah, they own the majority. The land that they stole, they never gave it back. So they are the
Mm,
ones. They're the ones benefiting the wealth of Namibia, while the Africans in Namibia are what, impoverished.
that is so true. So actually, I got the video that I wanted to share. Natalie Yam is always doing or basically conversing in French in most of her videos, but she did this specific video for Kenyans because she wanted to warn us what's coming in the year 2026. I'm gonna play that video right away now.
Habari. Jina langu ni Natalie Yam. If you are from English speaking Africa, this video is for you. Grab a drink and take a seat. The news just came in. The next France Africa Summit will be held in Kenya in 2026, as announced by
Uh-oh.
Emmanuel Macron and William Ruto on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. I'm quickly making this video and I'm doing it in English to warn my Kenyan brothers and sisters, as well as all of you in Southern and Eastern Africa. Beware, the French are coming
French are
to your
coming. Yep, the French are coming
the
because they
France
get kicked
Africa
out the element.
summits.
Yep.
Hmm. I can see. Is it 10 speed? How are you doing? On in the house, I can see spikes. They did Thomas Sankara bad, but Burkina Bees will rise again. 10 speed is saying, I wonder where the Africans ever take their continent completely back. Hopefully, but they have to get mentally and physically, yes, tough. Yeah, that is true. And take out the sellout fast. That's for sure. That's for sure. Welcome to Let's Pop with Everton. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Alrighty, let me play the video. Kinda missed it again.
Which have been held since 1973, first annually, then every 2 years, then every 3 years, 4 years, and now every 5 years, have lost their relevance. France's traditional partners in Africa are either inaudible or have severed ties with a country that just can't shake off its colonial habits. Compared to other international meetings of the same kind, like China Africa, Russia Africa, USA Africa, or even Korea Africa, France's summit looks pathetic. So, for the 28th edition in 2021, Macron tried to reinvent the format by bringing in mostly insignificant young people, coached to take over and breathe new life into France Afrique instead of the old, discredited politicians. The result? A disaster. Everything he touches is doomed to fail. In 2026, he will try a new approach, relocating the event to an Anglophone country with the most subservient president of the region. William Ruto of Kenya, the guy who had 40 young people killed during the Gen Z
Exactly.
protests against his
Subservient. That means
budget
he's a
earlier
puppet.
this year.
That means she knows he's a
To know the
puppet.
public, there
He's
will
subservient. She knows she's got to root to a puppet. The most
Yeah.
subservient leader. The most the puppet. Go ahead.
Um, we have Tan Spade saying, Keith always have been my favorite YouTube brother. Ever keep up the good work, my brother? No one can touch you. That's yours have.
will naturally highlight bogus themes like environment or climate change, topics put on the global agenda by Westerners who fear
By them.
nothing more
Exactly.
than Africa fully tapping into its energy potential to become, alongside China, the low-cost manufacturing hub for the
By the
rest of the
world.
world.
Exactly.
My dear people of East and Southern Africa, you need to know that Macron's France was kicked out of the Sahel, where it had been plundering resources.
I love her illustrations, of the cartoon illustrations. They're really fun. Have you seen that, Mr. Keith? You seen
I haven't
yourself?
seen him. I haven't seen him. Show him. I haven't seen him yet.
France was
Okay,
kicked out of the Sahel, where it
there. The illustrations are nice. He's talking about how Macron was kicked out of the Sahel,
Oh,
which he
yeah.
did. Oh my gosh.
had been plundering resources for decades, if not centuries.
For
Don't
centuries.
allow William Ruto to turn Kenya into a dumping ground for French waste rejected by West, Central, and even North Africa. Don't let Tanzania, Mozambique, or Angola become the next deployment sites for the mercenary disguised as the French army or the French media. I particularly want to warn Tanzanians. The new French ambassador to your country, Anne-Sophie Ave, was previously responsible for spreading propaganda and misinformation for France in Africa, threatening and targeting leaders like me or the heads of state of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso who promote African sovereignty. If you don't know me, I am Emmanuel Macron's worst female nightmare. In 2019, he had me arrested in the French colony of Côte d'Ivoire and deported from Africa to Europe. Yes, you heard that right. Just like our ancestors were taken during the era of slavery. But instead of being thrown into the hold of a ship, I was put on an Air France plane in Abidjan and forcibly sent to Switzerland. In 2022, European media widely reported on the French government's decision to ban me from entering or staying in France. And all of this simply because I fight for Africa's liberation. The new French ambassador to Tanzania even testified before the French parliament earlier this year about the strategies and tactics she uses to suppress the truth about France in the countries where she operates. She will surround herself with artists and influencers, organize dinners and parties.
Kenyans, watch out! They're gonna come like this. The influencers, the youth. Don't be bewildered by all this, like money. They're gonna give you some money,
Of
Yeah.
course. Of course. Of course.
So watch out. She's wanting. Watch out. Honestly, just don't be like these leaders we call politicians when they see some change and they get excited. This is your land. You can sell it. They're gonna try. She's saying they're gonna try to fit in everything. Pay influencers to be on the side of the media. Don't, because it's gonna happen.
Parties like Diddy, wear traditional attire
Okay.
and influencers, organize dinners and parties like Diddy, wear traditional attire and dance wherever and whenever she can. She will sponsor TV shows and even host them, speak Swahili, pray local, sleep local, all to ensure she has an army of local people on social media who will do the dirty work of attacking Pan-African leaders or emancipation narratives and defend France's influence and domination at all costs, while she sits back and watches with delight as Africans fight each other for the sake of France. She did it in
Yep.
Ghana, and I bet whatever you want that she has
Yep.
already started doing it in Tanzania. Let me know.
Yeah, Mr. Newsom?
I said, yeah, that's what they're doing right now in Ghana. But I think the
Right.
Ghanaians know that that's what she's trying to do.
Mm.
In the comment if I'm right or wrong.
Kenya too.
I also saw that France has recently approached Tanzania to discuss, quote, security cooperation, including establishing a boots on the ground presence in this critical region,
I'd be like,
unquote.
nope. No, see, they always
Beware
exactly. They always want to put the
barbarians
military in there.
at the
Nope.
gate.
Mm.
Why they
Right.
Dear
always want to
friends,
come? Why they always want to put
France,
the military in Africa? Take your military back. You don't got no African military in no European countries. I tell my no boots on the. No, you ain't. No, you're not putting your military up in there for what?
It's true. Why? Put them in
Exactly.
your country.
Put them in your country. Exactly. I'm a
We don't.
sovereign country. Put them in your
Yeah, yeah.
country.
Makes sense. Like, why do we need them? We don't need your help. We're good.
Yeah, because that's how they
France has
start the terrorism in your country here, China. They start making fake. Now you got terrorism that they brought in there and claim that they're going to fight the terrorists for you while they're stealing your resources. Because remember, Europe is poor. Now Africa, they're poor. So I just show you the gold that's in England. France stole more gold than England has here, Tom. More resources than England has. So now it's never trying to leave Africa. So now that the other people are throwing them out, now they're trying to get into Kenya, Tanzania, Ghana. They're trying to get back into other countries so they can keep stealing. See, France is poor. All these European countries are poor.
Right.
They've always been poor without Africa.
Without Africa, yes. Always been poor without Africa. That's the truth. Let's move forward.
has nothing good to offer you. Its track
Exactly.
record in so-called Francophone Africa is disastrous, financing terrorism and rebellions, killing
Exactly. See,
hundreds of
exactly. Pause that.
thousands
Pause
of
that. See, tell
innocents.
the truth. Financing terrorism and rebellion. See, they bring the terrorism to you here, Tom.
Right.
Then say, oh, you need a military base so we can help fight the terrorism that we brought to you.
Mm.
She's right. And then if you don't, they try to overthrow your country by by by, by funding fake rebellion.
Right.
Yeah.
The way they start a problem and they try to solve it, but it can become
Hmm.
safe. But it's not it. It's not it. Honestly, just before we continue, it's the same thing she's saying here in regards to the fact that they want us to fight each other and the fact that they've started
Oh,
a war. We had news today regarding China Square's Kisumu outlet accused of tribal discrimination, right? And this happened in response to the allegation. China Square has issued a statement on Sunday attributing the recent mass layoff as its Kisumu branch to an internal organizational restructuring aimed, aimed to, where is that? Kisumu branch, an internal organization restructuring aimed at improving profitable by optimizing its workforce. An insider source further revealed that the retailers has hired social media influencers to counter and sanitize negative comments and publicity, particularly on Facebook, where recent engagements have been negatively portraying China Square labor practices because they are hiring, or it's the HR who's basically, according to sources within the company, a recent transferred female manager of Kalenjin descent has allegedly been randomly dismissing employees of local ethnicity on a weekly
tribal,
basis and
tribal
replacing
shit.
them with individual from her own community. Look at that.
But but see, that wouldn't be China's fault. That's
Yeah,
Africans. That's Africa who hasn't got past the tribal shit.
that
So
I'm saying.
instead of hiring somebody that has has
Mhm.
the best practices, you go into tribalism.
Right. They're saying the
So
management of China Square's Kisumu outlet is facing allegations of tribal discrimination in its hiring and promotion practices.
probably is Chinese don't care about that long as the shit, so long as they got workers in it.
And then
So
what they're doing is they're paying influencers, media influencers, to sanitize that, to tell them
Of
it's not
course.
fair because they've seen money. That's not right. This
Well,
influence just
it's
see.
not right, but I'm going to do that benefits me. I don't got shit to do with your tribal beefs. You guys are tribal, so you guys
You're
haven't grown up tribally. What am I supposed to do? I'm not. So I'm still going to say influence, huh?
you're gonna accept the narrative like literally is a lie.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say because I'm putting out I'm I'm countering your real information that these morons in that part of Kenya are doing tribal hiring. I'm going to counteract that through social media. So, till the African grows up and stop that tribal shit,
Yeah.
you know, what am I supposed to do with it? I'm Chinese. I ain't got nothing to do with your tribal shit.
No,
I'm trying to make money.
I'm not talking about the Chinese. I'm talking about the influencers who are being paid to kind of promote lies. They're not
Yeah,
actually saying
I-
that it's true. That's
exactly. But who you think's paying them? The Chinese are the ones paying them. They the ones own the. They the ones own it. They the ones own the that mall, the China Square Mall.
yeah, that is true. It's the
So
Chinese who
they
own it.
yeah, so they'll be the ones paying for the misinformation because they don't want none of that to affect their business. So of course they're gonna be
Mhm.
the ones that's paying for it. God, these cats are big as goddamn dogs out there. Some big ass cats wandering around, stray
They
cats.
should,
God
the
damn.
influence should definitely try and find out the truth. Don't just accept money and you don't know what you're selling. If it's what's going on, don't take the money and you're trying to tell people it's not. It's what's happening. Literally, it's what's happening. There's tribalism in the management. So don't take up your phone and you're saying it's a lie and it's really what's happening. I don't know how much you're being paid. Don't
Well,
do
they're
that.
gonna well, people don't have we're talking about people having integrity.
Yes.
Most people don't have integrity every time when their stomach is touching their backbone. They don't care
Mm,
about none of that. I'm getting
right.
paid to say it, and I'm gonna say it. So whether it's
That's
true or not, I'm getting
that's
paid. That's how propaganda works. So
mm,
you know, it's up to the Chinese if they care. But say, listen, here, we got to have fair and equitable hiring practice. We can't allow none of this tribal shit up in our businesses. That's what the Chinese should do. So it still falls on the Chinese for not. I would have fired someone doing some shit like that. You gone.
mm. Kick rocks.
That's right. Kick rocks, get your shit. You gone. You out of here. But you hire somebody based on their tribe and not based on their qualifications. You get your ass out of here.
Please leave. We're done with that era, honestly.
Yeah, I
Sounds
can't run a business. I can't run a business off your goofy backward ass tribalism.
Mm,
I gotta have the best people here at time. Not
of course.
not not because they from some goofy tribe. They're the
Mm,
best people. Shit.
sponsoring and perpetrating coup d'etat, looting resources, and
Yep.
maintaining poverty and corruption via the CFA
Exactly.
flank. I have
Exactly.
hundreds
Poverty.
of video on this on my YouTube channel, some of them in English or with English subtitles. Feel free to dig in. Remember, not a single African country that France has supported or managed over the past 100
Has
years
ever been
has achieved
successful.
your level of development. Not one.
Nope. Not one.
This is just an introduction. Between now and 2026, we will have
Yeah.
plenty of
Well, sure,
time to talk, to
exactly.
exchange.
Exactly. So the English were brutal, but not as the French were even more brutal with their colonies. That the English speaking colonies are ahead, like Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, or South Africa, are ahead of the French speaking colonies, who are
mm,
been absolutely ravaged with poverty. Even though all these African nations are poor, the French ones were even more on, onerous and more fucked up. That's what she's saying. She said, look at the ones that the French colonies in Africa and see what has happened over the last 100 years of them. They're all
right.
failures. They've all haven't reached the amount of success a Kenya, a Ghana, a Nigeria has got. None of
Yes.
them. So why would
None.
you allow them to exact none? So why would you allow France to come in your country and try to dictate some shit to you when you see what they've done in the other countries, which has been
That
completely impoverished?
she says nothing. Whatever the
Nothing.
French stepped in, disaster. She says disaster with her
Yeah, because
French.
because it's an extraction program
Mm,
here, Todd.
yeah.
It's to extract your wealth from you to them. That's
Mm,
what is to make sure you stay impoverished while they stay rich off your poverty. And then got the nerve to say, "You dirty niggas, you're poor and fucked up." Not the ones
like
that they stealing from you. They tell you, look at these niggas every time they poor and backward. Not to say that they've been stealing, and then you go to England, all that gold from Africa's up in England. You poor dirty niggas.
the
Like what?
audacity. It's the
Exactly.
disrespect. It's the
Exactly.
disrespect in your face.
In your
Wow.
face.
No, no more. No, not me. Honestly, just smoking
Because
in the
that, be,
face.
that because you know a lot now, every time. A lot of Africans don't know all this. Like I told
Yeah.
Jovi, don't be too smug every time. You know more than most Africans now do. So carry your pride, carry your
Yeah.
pride, on your face.
Yeah. I do that every day. Yeah.
Change ideas and experiences, and to stop the redeployment into your region of the most mediocre and incompetent colonial power of all time, France. Asante.
Hmm. Karibu. I'm looking forward to listen to her on that day on the conference. You know, that'll be
Oh, she gonna
amazing.
be. Oh, she gonna
Yeah.
be at the conference too. Her. Oh, cool. You didn't say how long she gonna be in Africa. Maybe you get. I mean, in Nairobi. See if you can interview her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. We'll do that. We have to. Oh my, we'll steal every moment to
Yeah.
literally. You
Yeah.
guys are
That's
not
awesome.
saying without talking to us. No, no, we'll not allow that. All you have. Are you kidding? Is the conference over? Okay. We start running. I'm telling you. The amazing, amazing wisdom, amazing information. That's all we
Whatever. But the whole thing was to steal your how they was able to keep Africa down so long. They miseducated you, then they destroyed your confidence. The African
yes.
didn't have any. Now I understand. A professor said that years ago. I was young. I said, how do you steal people's confidence? Well, you teach them they're not shit. You give them fake history. Because when I went to Africa, I said, yeah, these people don't have any confidence in themselves. They don't believe they can do anything without white people. Because at that time, there still wasn't a bunch of Asians in Africa yet. They didn't believe
Yes.
they can do anything without white people. I said, wow, this is crazy. But I didn't understand because the history of Africa, when white people got control of it, is to teach the Africans nonsense and to teach that they would never shit, never done nothing. So that would destroy your confidence in yourself. So I said, oh, okay, that's what's
Oh,
going on.
that's how you roll and that's how you control because
Yeah,
if you have your
exactly.
insecurities, you know you're not that, all that, you know that. So the only way you can do it is by miseducation
That's
and the
right.
accomplice agenda, literally. And
That's
it
right.
really fits into your mind until you know the truth. It's like that light bulb, and you're like, oh my god, I've been asleep for all these years. For
Yeah.
8, oh my, that's a long time. Oh my gosh. I
And
loved
you've been,
Mr.
and you've been,
Newsom.
and you've been, yeah, because, well,
It
especially
was
when you
my
know how,
favorite. It was
especially
my
when you know,
favorite subject. It
huh?
was. I'm saying history was my favorite subject.
Yeah, see, and to know now that your people actually were something.
Yeah,
It wasn't all fucked up and backward and fucked up as the white man told you.
not at all. Not at all. Before we
No,
wind up, Natalie Yam there, amazing, amazing Pan Africanist. And hey, more to women coming up with amazing, powerful fighting strategies. I'm excited. We're going to have Kuruma reparations here soon, or maybe on Wednesday. She's going to help us continue with fighting power. But here we have Pia Lumumba giving us a piece of wisdom, Mr. Newsom.
that's Joby's favorite speaker.
Mm, mm,
Professor Patrick
mm.
transfer of power. And you may or may not know, it is because of that simple act that at critical moment in Nigeria's history, Even when there is the appetite for individuals to stay in office, they remember your act and they leave office because they know that they will be judged alongside you. May God bless you. He will bless you because you did something that planted or replanted the tree of democracy in Nigeria and sent a clear message to the world and to Nigerians that one can do that which is in the best interest of his or our country. Today, therefore, as we are assembled here, to celebrate you. Because as the saying goes, when a person has gold in his hand, sometimes he thinks he has copper. Nigerians, you have gold in your hands, pretty much such. We are assembled here in Nigeria at a time when Africa is still interrogating democracy. And in order to understand and appreciate democracy, we must remind ourselves that the African continent as we know her today, divided as she is into 54 states, is a continent that continues to underperform. She is a continent whose sons and daughters on the dawn of independence promised many things. One must also remember that only on the 25th day of May, we celebrated Africa Day. We celebrated that day because on that day in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, 32 heads of states and government who were representing the countries that had regained their independence assembled. And each one of them, without exception on that day, made a solemn vow that Africa, having unchained ourselves from the shackles of colonization.
That's what's up. We should definitely continue to get rid, or basically just break the shackles. We have to.
Would move on a different trajectory. On that day, the leader said that in order for Africa to immunize ourselves against the diabolical machinations of the former colonizers, Africa had to unite. They said that. On that day, they reminded themselves.
He said the diabolical machinations. I mean, you guys don't know machination means intent. The intent of the Europeans is diabolical. At least he got the words right. It don't mean you any good. It's diabolical. That it's evil. Diabolical means evil. The evil intent. We go there.
Africa and her sons and daughters were to realize their potential, their economic circumstances would have to be improved. They reminded themselves on that day that Africa needed to address the critical areas of the society so that the dividends of democracy can be earned. But several years down the line, in many countries in Africa, even in countries where we celebrate democracy, there are many who say it was better while we waited. They say so because there is a sense in which the promise or the promises that were made have not been delivered. In a manner of speaking, if you allow me to be dramatic, we were promised an elephant, and many times we have delivered to us a rabbit. And that is what then legitimizes our interrogation of democracy. In the last few years, those who are our colonizers and those who in many ways continue to want to dominate our affairs have wanted to dictate to us what democracy is.
And what's happening as we're literally winding up, they're still dictating how we should live and how we should be governed. It's literally happening. And that's why Africans, we should rise up. You can't be asleep. It's not the time. It's not the time to accept Macron's agenda, literally. But family, that's Viola Lumumba, Natalie Yam talking about Macron's agenda in Kenya 2026, and Sankara's ghost in Ibrahim Traore. Look at amazing people rising up, empowering us, as we should definitely walk in their shoe in more confidence and pride, because we are the change we need to
What's going
see.
on, 10 Speed? What's going on, George God, my Jamaican brother? George God, I'm going to deport you back to Jamaica, nigga, from Canada. You're going to
Thank you,
leave. You're going to
family.
leave. You're going to leave Canada, George. And I'm taking you back to Jamaica, nigga.
Thank you for joining us, George 10 Speed Spikes. Thank you, Asante Sana. This is Let's
Go.
Pop with Everton. We were talking about Thomas Sankara's ghost, talking about revolution,
Oh,
and
well,
got that.
hold on, airtime. We got to make sure we got to make sure we deport George back to Jamaica.
Really, huh?
That's
But
right.
remember, family, we're literally winding up. Download our app on the Google Play Store. We have amazing healthy supplements. We have to live healthy and get rid of all this, everything that is plastic. The foods. That's why we should go back to agriculture and farming. Talk about the amazing organic natural supplements we do have on our website for different categories. Super free to download on the Google Play Store. And before I wind up, let's listening to
Your,
benefits.
your bags ain't packed. A lot of Jamaicans are getting mad. They get thrown out the United States. Jamaicans are
Fuel your
laughing.
body with complete multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just one tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
$32.90. Super affordable. Also, you can order and lipa pole pole or order as you pay slowly our apparel clothing with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on a t-shirt, mini hand.
I'm going to send airtime to Canada to make sure you pack your bags, George. You're getting out of Canada and you're going back to Jamaica, nigga.
Really? Oh
That's
my
right.
god.
That's right. She live. You live over there by airtime's, but I think airtime's friend is from Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I'm. So we all. So we got. So she's got friends that help pack your shit.
I'm coming to help you, George. Don't worry. You're not gonna be
But
alone.
it's back to Jamaica for you.
Jamaica is a beautiful, beautiful country. But family, we're winding up. Remember, you are the change you need to see in the world. Stay magical. I'm sending you so much love and light. Remember, you are the change you need to see in the world. Mwah, much love. Your last words, Mr. Newsom.
Up to up to the Americans. He said they're the stupid one. Yeah. Yeah, family. Just stay much love. Stay healthy. Love each other.
Mm.
That's about it every time.
Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Newsom. That was an amazing show. Take care, family. See you on the next show. Remember to follow us on all the social media platform. To like and share this video on YouTube, and also remember to download our app on the Google Play Store for amazing, amazing, amazing supplements and apparel clothing, because it's Ubuntu forever and you are the change you need to see in the world. Don't ever forget that. And you are powerful and you are capable. Friends to help you move.
Yeah.
To move, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them. Komona. Komona.
Who? Kamala.
Komona. Commoner. Commona. Like a commoner person, like a
Oh,
commoner.
Kamala. Okay.
Yes. So
Little
it's
slang.
related
Okay, Kamala.
to Commoner.
Kamala by Tiwa Savage.
Yes, and Olamide.
Okay.
I said commoner is gonna bring the song.
Okay. Alama. Okay.
Olamide.
Wasn't Wasn't Llama Day that sung that song? Pain away, whatever it's called, something about my
Yeah,
pain away, or something like that.
well, yes, I believe
All right.
so. I'm not
Okay.
wrong. Happy days, family. Thank you so much, love and light. Guy is saying it's so cold in Canada now, so a tropical island sounds good to me right now.
They're not. They're not letting this Jamaican. They're not letting this Jamaican ass back in Jamaica.
You're saying what? She's a common person now? Oh, really?
Huh? So when they